And then you want to buy 2 of these from Amazon. Okay, take them out of the box when you get them. Plug them in. Let them run. See how long if they run for like 5 minutes, no problem, then they're good ones. If they run and then they stop, then replace it. Get another one and send it back, okay? That's what I like about Amazon. All right, I had these plugged in for like 5 minutes, they're good. So those are good, all right? So the next you wanna do is get yourself some wood, which is a 1x4. Not actually 1x4, but it's, it's 3.5 by like 3/4 or 5/8 thickness. You want to get an 8-foot one. You want to cut 2 of these, 27 3/4 inches long. Okay, you want 2 of them. And then you want 3 of these, 9 1/4. Okay. All right. I like to do the 2s. You can do 2s or you can do 3s. If you want to do a 1, that's up to you. But I like doing the 2s, and they look good inside the box. And now we're gonna frame the box. All right. So if you got a brad nailer, that's great. If you don't, just get some finishing nails and tap them in. All right. So we're gonna show you what we're gonna do. Get some woodworker's glue also. It's like an Elmer's or even a Gorilla Glue for wood, okay? Brad nails, that's what they look like. Or you can get a trim nails. They got the little small heads. You can use those also. But a brad nail gun is awesome because it's fast and quick. It's awesome. Okay. Set your pieces so you got your pieces, the sections that you want sitting out towards you, facing you, the best that you like on your pieces of wood. Stand them up, put some glue on here, and then what you do is you want to line up your board as best as possible, like that. Square it up, make sure it's nice and flat on this side and on these. And then you can use your brad nail gun. Boom, 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 All right. All right, I put my brad nails in there. I got 3 of them, and I got my glue. All right. Now I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to do the other one. And make sure you flip your good side facing the other side. Okay, I got mine sides on. Now I need to do is do my top board on this one, and make sure you put the good board edge facing the same direction as your other ones you chose, okay? Don't forget to put the glue on there, and then you can use your brad nail gun or your trim fasteners. Okay, I got that one done. You come over to the other end. Oh, don't quite match. So what you do is you just pick it up, and you push it over where you want it, and make sure you straighten it out best as possible, and then fasten it. Next, you want to find the center of this, which is 13 7/8, okay? 13 7/8, 13 7/8, and that's the center. Do the top and the bottom, okay? And then you want to do the center of this board, which is your center board, which is 1 3/4 inches, 1 3/4, 1 3/4. Mark them both at top and bottom. So that way when you put it in there, you line your marks up, okay? So before you put it in there, put some glue on there. And then line it up, center it, make it nice and smooth, and then nail it in position. Okay, I got the center board in, I got it glued and nailed. And I just put the screens in there just so you get an idea what it's looking like. They fit in there perfect. And this way you don't see the seams. It looks like they just kind of like come around in there. It's kind of nice. All right. Now the next what you want to do is make the back section of your display. I'm going to use the shipping box I got. I'm going to cut the big sections of it off, you know. And I'm going to cut them to fit, each of them to fit half of this. Unless you got a big cardboard box to fit there, then that's perfect. Or a piece of paneling that's nice and thin that goes on there. But I'm going to cut it to fit, half of it, 2 pieces from that box, because I don't have a big box. And then I'm going to glue it all the way around, place it down like that, and I'm going to put some heavy weight on it to push down on it until the glue dries for the cardboard. Okay, I cut my cardboard. Fits perfect. I wanted it just a little bit narrower so it's not protruding outside the frame of the box. Okay, and I used a aluminum level and a box cutter. Make sure you got a good sharp blade and a nice flat surface to cut it across, okay? All right, so now I got it, looks really good. So now I'm gonna pick the cardboard up and I'm gonna put some glue on my surface. And then I'm gonna put my cardboard back on it. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. And then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna put some weight on it to push down on it. Gonna help compress it so it glues better. Okay, I put the glue down on the surface and I rub my finger all the way around it to remove the excess. And I lined up my cardboard best as possible. Let it sit there for a little bit and now I'm gonna flip it. Okay, now's the time after you flipped it. Push down on one hand, go around and wipe up your glue runs. If you got some runs going up, just wipe it off. Those little ones along the corners, those are fine. You can wipe them off if you want, but just make sure you keep one hand on the box depressed, okay? Okay, I put some weight on it and I'm gonna let it sit overnight. I got windshield washer solvent jugs on it, so that's good. So meanwhile, if you don't, on my other one I had on display, I painted it all black, and then I painted on the inside like a light blue, like the ocean, you know, or kind of like these. All right, you can use any color you want, but that's what I did because it helps bring out the colors, the black and the blue, all right? Okay, just so you know. So you can go get the paint. All right, after the glue is dried on your cardboard or your paneling, what you wanna do is you wanna pick your best for the top. And on the bottom of it, you want on the bottom in the back, you wanna cut a hole for your cord to fit in, to fit through, okay? I cut a little square in the cardboard. If you use paneling, you can hit the drill hole with a hole saw. I did that, okay? Next, now I'm gonna paint it. Okay, I painted my box. I painted it gloss black. Okay, wouldn't worry, just get it somewhat inside because I'm gonna paint the inside blue, okay? So when you get the whole box painted black, or whatever color you wanna use for your base, then I'm gonna paint the inside blue. And as I'm painting the inside blue, I kind of like overspray the sides a little bit. Okay, you know, here, so it kind of blends into it a little bit on the outside of it. And I found me a little piece of metal with 2 holes in it. All I'm gonna do is cut it directly in half. And I'm gonna put a hole in each piece. I'm gonna use these for my hangers. Okay, put one in each corner and use them for hangers. Just the small pieces, scrap stuff like that you can use. I lined the 2 holes up and I put a pair of vice grips on it. And now I'm gonna drill me a hole on this. I'm gonna drill it all the way through so it'll all be equal. Okay, drill it through. Now what you do is you take it to a little wire wheel and you buff the holes out to remove those little pieces of metal sticking out. Okay, the paint's dried, so I flipped it over and I painted the whole thing again. All right, so this would be my last coat of paint on this side with the black. And when this is dry, I'll flip it over and I'll check and see how the black looks on the other side. And I'll decide if I need to do it any more black. Otherwise, then I'll be ready for my blue. After the paint's dried pretty much, then you can put your little hangers on there. Measure them like 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. So it's in the center of the board. And it's 3/8 to a 1/2 inch, so it's equally. Okay? And now you can flip it over and we can paint the inside blue. Okay, here's my blue. Painted a pretty good inside blue, and then I just kind of bled it on the outside a little bit. You can do what you want, you know? That's how I'm gonna do it. Okay? So let that dry, and when that dries, you can stick each one inside of it. Put your cords through the hole. And then you can set it up, and you can either measure down on the cords equally when they're coming out and cut them, and then join them together with a butt connector into one cord, or you can just leave it with 2 cords. One's going to be a little bit longer than the other because of where the electrical comes out. One electrical is going to be right here, and the other electrical is going to be coming out there. So one's gonna be shorter, so that's why I cut it when they're out here and then splice it together into one. You can't do it beforehand because of the divider. You won't be able to get them in there and slide them across because it's a tight fit. All right, paint's dry. I put them in and I push the cords through. All right, and here's how it looks. Okay. See how the blue kind of like blends in a little bit, and the black, and looks pretty decent. I know, I'll show it to you when after I turn the lights off. Okay, there's the lights are off. I got a window up there. So that's how it looks. All right. Okay, if you want, you can leave the cords like that. See, one's a little bit shorter than the other. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cut it right about here, splice them, put them together with 2 butt connectors. And I have one coming off, okay? And when you do it, look at the wires, because one's got writing on it and the other one don't. So make sure you match your writing wires together when you put your butt connectors on it, okay? Okay, splice them together. I use the heat shrink crimp type. And I also extended it even longer with the extra piece from the other one that I cut off. So, I don't need an extension cord. All right, so that's that. So there you have it. There's your aquarium fish tank. All right. If you like it, that's awesome. If you don't like it, hey, whatever. Didn't cost much. But anyway, if I helped you make this and you're satisfied with it, maybe you can do me a favor by subscribing to my channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you.